Hi, so for your writing class, you need a composition notebook. A composition notebook has the binding like this. It'll have black tape. Here's another kind of notebook. It's the same. It's a composition book, and it has the binding like this. And here's another kind. And this is also a composition notebook, and it has the binding. So what makes this black binding so special is that if you look inside, if you look closely in the middle, you can actually see that it is sewn, like with a needle and thread, like your clothes are sewn. And this makes the composition notebook very special. So today I'm going to show you how to organize your journal. So you see this wide ruled on here. It means that the lines on the paper are wide. It's the space between the lines. If you look at this notebook, and then I'll show you another notebook. This notebook, you can see the lines are close together and the lines are far apart. This kind of notebook is called college ruled. I don't see it here, but it's called college ruled. And this kind is called wide ruled. For our class, I do not care if you have a wide ruled or a college ruled notebook. Okay, so the number one rule about the notebook is I will call it a journal. The number one rule with your journal is that you can never tear a piece of paper. You can never take a piece of paper out of your journal. So let's set up your journal. Okay? So I want you to open to the first page of your journal. This is what we call a fly page. It's a blank page in our journal. Okay, so what we're going to do to set up your journal is we're going to skip this page. Okay, we're going to move. Now we're on the second page. Well, we're going to call this page, you need to have a pencil. So we're going to call this page page 1. And somewhere in the bottom here, you want to write your number 1. Now I want you to write numbers for the next 75 pages. So number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I want you to keep doing this. Do this for your until you get to page 75. So go ahead and go to page 75 and number your notebook. So you've numbered your notebook, your journal. You've put to number 75. So on page 1, this is our title page. This is where you will write the title and the page number for everything you write. At the top of this, I would like for you to write contents page or contents. You can write contents or contents page. It's okay. So you will write the page number. Your notebook should have a pink line. It's very hard to see, but there should be a pink line. I want you to skip one line. And then on the next line, I want you to start writing the page numbers. Can you see? I want you to start writing the page numbers 1, 2, and keep going. 3, 4, 5, 6, and go all the way to number 75. Okay, so my page will go all the way to 23. Now I have to turn the page. I never want you to write on the back. Do not write on this side. Only write on this side. So now I need to do 24, and I just keep going. Okay, good. I got to page 75, or I got to number 75. Okay. So every day in class we will write, or almost every day in class we will write, and we will start on page 5. Now I want you to leave page 5 blank. Do not write anything on page 5 right now. So I would like for you to turn in your notebook to page 52, to 5-2. Okay? At the top of page 52, I would like for you to write authors. See if you can see that. Authors, word, and phrase palette. These will be words and phrases that you learn or that you like, or both, okay? On page 53, I want you to turn the page and go to page 53. You can see it here, page 53. I want you to give this the title, New Words. New Words. Here you will write new vocabulary words. They might be academic words or non-academic words. On the next page, page 54, so if you look at page 54, at the top of the page, I would like for you to write cool words. Okay? Cool words. These might be words that you hear or that you read, that you just like them. They sound cool. I want you to turn the next page when you're ready to page 55, page 55. And on page 55, I want you to write fresh phrases. Now this isn't just one word, or this would be 2 or 3 words, maybe 4 or 5 words, an expression, maybe an idiom, or something that you hear that you really like. So for example, you will hear me say in class, if something is very easy, you will hear me say easy peasy. You might hear me say easy peasy. Okay? And maybe you like that and you write that down. Okay? This is not academic. It's just something you might hear that you like. Okay? And maybe it's academic. But this one, easy peasy, is not academic. Next on page 56, I want you to turn the page to page 56. On page 56, I would like for you to give it the title Grammar Notes. Grammar Notes. This page and for a few pages, I want you to write notes. Things that you hear in class. It could be in our writing class. It could be in your speaking and listening class. It could be in your reading class. I want you to take notes about grammar that you learn. Maybe new verbs. Maybe we will talk about things called gerunds and infinitives. We may talk about passive voice. We'll talk about many things, and you can take your notes here. So actually then I want you to skip page 57. Don't write anything. Skip page 58 don't write anything, and go to page 59. Okay, on page 59. On page 59, I want you to write the word synonyms. That can be a difficult word to spell, so I will show you. Okay. These are two words that have the same or similar meaning. Like if I say it's cold in here, that might mean that it's freezing. Okay? These are words that are very similar. I have to refocus. I'm sorry. Okay? We could also say bad is the same thing as what? What's another word that means bad? Maybe terrible? What's another word? Do you know another word? Maybe awful? What's another one? Do you know another one? What about horrible? Terrible, awful, horrible. They all mean bad. So these are words that mean the same thing or something very close, very similar. Okay, these are synonyms. Okay. Now I want you to turn to page 60, 60. Page 60. Okay. And at the top of this page, I want you to write the word antonym. Antonyms. Okay, if synonyms, syn in Greek, it's in Greek, that means same. Same name. Nym is name. So same name. What do you think antonym, what do you think that means? It means different. So these are two words that mean the opposite. So let's take again, for example, cold. What is the opposite of cold? So I wrote a sign. It's an equal with a line through. It means not the same. Not the same. What's the opposite of cold? Maybe hot or warm. Okay. What about bad? What is the opposite of bad? The opposite of bad maybe is good. So these are the things that are opposite. Okay, so if you're in your speaking and listening class, or you're in your reading class, or if you're watching TV and you hear one of these, or you see one of these, please, you can write it in your journal. I want you to write it down in your journal. Okay. So now I want you to turn in your journal to page 75, the very last page that you put a number on. This one I want you to title About the Author. Now you are the author. You are the person that this is about. So on this page, you will write something about yourself. Okay? So I will give you this assignment in class, but this is your journal, so you're finished. Oh, you're not finished. What you need to do now is go back to page 52. Go back to page 52, where you have author's palette. You need to put this name on your contents page, on your page with all of the numbers. So I need to find 52 in my notebook. And here it is, 52. And I need to write authors. What was it called again? Do you remember? Authors, word, and phrase, palette. So you need to do this for every page that we wrote on. So let's look at page 53 for the title. The title is New Words. So I go back to the contents page and I write that here. New words. Now we check page 54. Cool words. Now page 55. Fresh phrases. Page 56. Grammar notes. Now on page 57, there's no writing. Page 58, there's no writing. But there is on page 59, so we need to write that. So what we do here is we go down to 59, and that's where we write synonyms. All right, and then page 60 is antonyms. Okay. All right, and then we don't have nothing until page 75. So I have to go to 75. And do you remember what 75 is? I remember, but we'll check. So page 75 is about the author. So that's what we write here. Now your journal is finished. Your journal is set up and it is ready for you. So every day in class I will ask you to bring your journal, and every day we will write. So the very first day you write, we'll go to page 5, and you will write a title. Then you will go to the contents page, to page 5, and you will give it a title. So page 1, 2, 3, and 4 are just contents. So we can write that there if you like. If you don't write anything there, that's okay with me. The first time you write will be on page 5, and you will give it a title. All right, congratulations. Your notebook, your journal is complete. So please bring it to class every day. I will take it on Fridays for grading. All right, thank you.